Good morning, Starshine. This is Smadar from Song of Stones, and I am a crystal whisperer, which means that I speak to stones and they speak to me. And I've come to know their messages as songs, and that'll give you an idea of where the business name came, how it came to be. And I share those songs on the website and through the Sunday Sparkle newsletters, and also with people in the community as one-on-one messages. And if you want to know more about that, feel free to get in touch, or there's information on the website about the Stone songs. So today I've got with me a beautiful quartz crystal from Arkansas. And there's some special things about this crystal, but what I am here to talk to you about today are the time links. And time links are extra faces on a crystal that form in the shape of a parallelogram. And time links are a little rare, but to find two that have grown together at this angle is quite special. And it's a bit of a challenge to get the light to fall on them in such a way that you can see both of them, but I feel like you can do that. Yes, I feel that you can see them quite well, actually, which is great. So why am I here talking to you about time links? So what I've started doing the past couple of years is having a focus for the year. And this year, the focus is on getting to know the self, getting to know the body with crystals. And I have been trying to plan a little in advance so that I'm not scrambling to get something to you guys every week at the last minute, but it's just, that's how it's been happening, and I've been kind of trusting that and going with that. So this week, what's been coming up for me? I took a walk, and morning walk one day this week, and I started to think about time and about really the speed with which we go through life and the speed with which we're expected to go through life. We're in a very fast-paced time of existence. Everything's happening quickly. Technology is moving quickly. Medical breakthroughs are moving quickly. I'm trying to think of things, but I'll just trust that you I'm laughing because I'm talking to you about speed, and I'm speaking so slowly. I'm struggling to keep in a quick enough pace to keep your attention, and I feel like that's kind of part of the whole. There's purpose in that, and that it's in beautifully synchronistic alignment with what I'm talking to you about. which is the need to keep up, the need to get ahead, the need to stay at a certain pace in life. And if we're not meeting that pace, we feel overloaded and overwhelmed. And people get impatient with us as well, because they're expecting a certain speed from us. And then there's pressure, like I was feeling a minute ago, just trying to get my words out at a pace that will keep you engaged and interested in what I'm saying. And so one of the things that came to me while I was on my walk was the speed of light. And I heard something really fascinating about how, our perspective and how we see. And really it's all, speed is all relative. Compared to a snail. We move quite quickly. Compared to a jet, we're very slow. And what does that mean? When we're talking about the self and we're talking about getting to know ourselves, one of the things that we need to become aware of is our own pace, our own speed at which we move through life. And if we weren't comparing that to anything else, it would not be a problem. But we do. We compare ourselves to people in our families, to friends, to society, to people we admire. And to the expectations that are put on us by society and friends and people we admire. And so that's what the exploration is this week. That's what this crystal has come to help us to see. A new perspective on speed. A new way of looking at time. And now that I'm looking at this crystal and seeing the two time links, I'm wondering if this is one of the reasons this particular crystal started singing. Because of the way in which each of the time links is oriented. And the size, they're different sizes, and so we could look and compare them. And then we have to say, is one better than the other? Is faster better? Is slower better? Because now there's this whole movement, this slow movement. This movement to slowing down, to living a slow life. And I think that what I'm picking up on what I'm feeling is that the speed at which we go through life is less important than our own experience of the journey is. Than, catching up to ourselves or slowing down into ourselves so that we can experience ourselves in our own way, in our own time. So that life isn't feeling overwhelming to us, or boring for that matter, when things are going too slow. And I feel like when we are in sync with who we are in our own time, in our own speed, then we won't ever feel boredom or overwhelmed. And I just want to say that again. Because this is when I stop and listen and really tune in. The things that are coming are sometimes just as much of a surprise to me. So I'm going to repeat that when we are in sync with ourselves, in our own time, in our own speed, moving at our own speed, then we're never going to feel bored and we're never going to feel overwhelmed. And that is such a powerful understanding. And the thing is, we don't have to try to get to this place, to this experience, because it's already who we are. We just have to embrace ourselves as who we are. And it's funny because I tried starting and sharing this with you several times. And I normally don't start and stop videos and recordings when I do the crystals. I really just try and tune in to the moment and allow whatever happens to happen. And if I move a little slowly or stumble on my words, I'm usually pretty patient with myself, but I wasn't this time. And I'm only realizing now that that was part of the whole experience that this crystal was showing me. And I have a big smile on my face because I can appreciate the magic and the craziness of it at the same time. That I just needed to, go at my own pace. And it was showing me that so clearly. Life, the crystal. And oh, there's an interruption now, so I'm going to take that as the moment to say goodbye to you guys and ask you to tune in to the light log that is coming out this week, where I'll talk more about it, and catch the newsletter because I'll talk more about it there as well. So I thank you for listening and for being patient with me, and for now the fumbling as I try and find the off button, while letting you still see the time link. So I will see you in the community, and I send you lots of love and many, many blessings.